Hey everybody, my name is Getikajuma22 and welcome back to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. You thought we were done, didn't you? But no, we are not quite done here. Last time we went to the Sinnoh League and we defeated the Elite Four and Cynthia the champion one more time. This time we need to go back home because in a recent patch update there's a certain thing that we can now get if we go back home. At least I'm hoping I'm right. I believe if we go up here, yep. So you'll see here that there is a new item that was not here before. And if we interact with it, you found an Azure Flute. Oh boy, let me tell you about this item, because there is a lot to say about this item. This item was in the code for the original Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. However, it is one of the most infamous items in all of Pokemon history, because only up until the day that I am recording this, you are not able to obtain this item in any way, shape, or form. At least not in any kind of main series Pokemon game. It was in the original Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, as I mentioned, and it acted as a fully functioning item, had its own purpose and function in the game, would allow you to access a new area and fight a new Pokemon that we will be going over today. And for no reason other than they just didn't bother, they never officially released this item by a mystery gift event. Now, as for why it's here and how I got it, well, for me to discuss how you get the Azure Flute, we need to get into spoiler territory for Pokemon Legends Arceus. So, Edgar Griffin, put up a timestamp on screen for people who want to skip spoilers. Because if you don't want to get spoiled by Legends Arceus, oh boy, you definitely want to skip this because I'm going to spoil everything. Because obtaining this item is an absurdly difficult process. It is not as simple as you think. So first of all, if you don't have Pokemon Legends Arceus, 1, buy it. 2, you cannot obtain this item in Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl unless you have the game. But it's not as simple as just having the save data. Oh, no. It's not that simple. Obtaining this item requires you to complete every single main mission in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which includes being sent to this history region from a hole in the sky, joining with the Galactic Expedition Squad, or whatever it's called, quelling all 5 of the Noble Frenzied Pokemon, saving the world from the expansion of the hole in the sky, capturing Dialga and Palkia, obtaining every single life plate that belongs to Arceus, which involves interacting with multiple noble Pokemon, Pokemon you find in your journey, and legendary Pokemon at the same time, and going up to Spear Pillar, fighting your friend Volo, who is crazy difficult because he basically has Cynthia's team with a couple of tweaks, and then immediately after, fighting Giratina twice with no healing in between, which is arguably one of the hardest boss fights in the entire series. And if all that weren't enough, on top of everything else I mentioned, you have to capture at least one of every single Pokemon in the entire game, go back to Spear Pillar, play the Azure Flute that you obtained as a result of obtaining all of the life plates, climb a stairway to the Hall of Origin, and fight Arceus himself, which will then allow you to obtain Arceus and the Legend Plate. If you manage to do every single thing that I told you to do, then you'll be able to loop back over here and obtain the Azure Flute. So now that we are done with spoilers, we're going to talk about what we need to do with the Azure Flute. We're going to put it in our key items pocket. We're going to take a look at this thing. The Azure Flute. Finally in my inventory. A flute that puts out echoing sounds that do not seem to be of this world. No one knows who made it. For us to use this item, we need to go somewhere else. We need to go back to the Spear Pillar. So with that said, I'm gonna go through the process of getting to Spear Pillar from here. I'm gonna save you guys the trouble of me trekking through, but if anything interesting happens, I'll be sure to show you. Okay, we have made it to the top of Mount Coronet. We're just about to head to Spear Pillar. As I mentioned, this event that I'm about to show you again, was fully fleshed out in Diamond and Pearl, but was never actually realized. So I'm really excited to show you guys this, because this is a big deal for longtime Pokemon fans to be able to actually, finally, legitimately do this. Let's go in. Your Azure Flute is making a sound. Would you like to play the Azure Flute? With pleasure. A glowing stairway appeared! Finally! I want to actually save before I do this, because there's something big up here. Notice that the location that we are in is the Hall of Origin. We are in a new location. We're no longer at the Spear Pillar. We're somewhere higher. And at the end of the road... It's time, boys. Arceus has appeared! Finally, we are doing this! Yes, the Pokemon featured in Pokemon Legends Arceus. The very Pokemon that has been the most infamous Pokemon to capture is finally obtainable legitimately. At least as it was originally intended. So before we get to do anything, always want to start with a quick ball when fighting a legendary Pokemon, because you never know. I love this backdrop, by the way. The rising sun. 2, 3. Oh my god. Of course! Of course! I don't even get the satisfaction. Arceus' data will be added to the Pokédex. Of course. Arceus, the alpha Pokemon, is described in mythology as the Pokemon that shaped the universe with 1,000 arms. You know what? No, I'm not taking this. I'm sorry. I know that was easy, but I am not doing the easy way on this one, okay? We've been waiting a long time to be able to do this. I am not going to quick ball this and just walk away, okay? You saw me do it. You know I can do it. But let's do this for real, okay? Let's actually fight Arceus. At least for a couple minutes. Alright, we are back, moving on up. We're gonna do this again for real, because honestly, I just can't accept just the easy quick ball. If we're gonna do this finally, after all these years of not being able to fight Arceus, I'm gonna fight him, darn it. Okay, so Arceus is level 80. It's one of the highest level Pokemon that you can actually legitimately obtain. It is known as the creator of the Sinnoh region and arguably the entire universe. It has the highest base stat total, or at least the natural base stat total, of any Pokemon, excluding transformations and the like, with a stat total of 720. Basically think Mew and Jirachi and the mythical Pokemon of the light, except instead of base 100, it's base 120. Arceus has Recover. That's gonna make Arceus a little tricky to capture, but like I said, I'm up for the challenge of actually, you know, fighting Arceus. It knows Future Sight as well. The really powerful Psychic type attack. We're on relatively even ground, but Raycon is still inflicting damage. Ooh, that was a crit. And Arceus is paralyzed. Nicely done. We're gonna go ahead and start throwing the balls. Okay, good. Like I said, Arceus doesn't recover, so it is able to restore half its HP each time it uses it. Now, it is worth pointing out that Arceus will not be able to realize its full potential in this fight because there's a specific move that it can learn only at level 100. Although I will not be going over it in footage, I will be going to go over it in detail. So, when it becomes level 100, it will learn a move called Judgment, which is its signature move. It's base 100 accuracy, base 100 power, and its type will change depending on the plate that it holds. In the meantime, Arceus instead knows Hyper Beam. Because why not? Judgment's type will change, as I said, depending on the plate that it is holding. We've obtained a lot of different plates throughout our adventure. The gimmick of Arceus, that we won't necessarily see it during this fight, but the gimmick that Arceus has is that it has the ability Multi-Type, which is exclusive to it. Arceus can change its type depending on what plate it is holding. So if it holds the Flame plate, for example, it will become a Fire type. The really nice thing about this is that when the type changes alongside the Flame plate, Judgment is guaranteed to be utilized to its full potential because it will have the same type attack bonus no matter what. Not to mention the Flame plate will power it up too. Or any plate for that matter. So it's definitely a really good combo with Arceus. That's pretty much its gimmick. It's changing its type to match the plate and for it to get its full potential from the plate. But like I said, we're not necessarily going to see it in this fight, but still, it's really cool. 1. Nope. Healing Wish. That is not a move it had in the original Diamond and Pearl. I mean, not that it technically used those moves officially in Diamond and Pearl, but you know what I mean. There was a pre-assigned moveset to Arceus back then. It just never got the chance to use it. So the interesting thing about the Arceus that we did get back in Gen 4, because they did release it, it's just not in this way. The Arceus that we got was a level 100 Arceus distributed at either GameStop or Toys R Us. I want to say the latter, back when Toys R Us was a store. The neat thing about that particular Arceus, or at least interesting, not necessarily neat, is that because it was level 100, back then it could not be EV trained because there was a restriction in Gen 4 games and prior to where level 100 Pokemon could not gain any effort values. So because Arceus was stuck at level 100, and there was no other way to legitimately obtain Arceus aside from level 100, there was no way to properly EV train it. And as such, it gets caught in a Great Ball. Alright, that's better. I'll take that. Okay. For real this time. If you want to give Arceus a nickname, feel free to do so in the comments. We're going to send Arceus to the box, and I'm going to take a minute to kind of show off what I mean in terms of its type changing. It's a neat little sound design here when you walk on the platforms. I really like this backdrop here. I appreciate the fact that it's the same no matter what time of day it is, because it's nighttime, just to be clear. It is nighttime. You saw at the start. It was nighttime at the start of this video. Okay, so as we can see here, we have Arceus in our party. I'm going to go ahead and have it walk together with us. As we see, Arceus is still relatively small, but hey, that's the case for a lot of Pokemon. I do like the galloping animation it has, and it's still really cool. Arceus dances around in a carefree way. truly the wonderful things that God does. Anyway, so if we go into our items here, our other items pocket, you'll see that there are a couple of different plates that I've collected all throughout our journey. And let's see. Well, for the sake of demonstration, how about we give it the splash plate? So as you can see, Arceus' color has changed, or at least the parts of its ring have. And if we take a look here, Arceus is now a water type. As I said, Arceus has the ability multi-type. Change the Pokemon's type to match the plate it holds. So yeah, this is how the plates work. So if you want to change Arceus' type to match a specific approach, you can do this. And again, there are lots of different ways you can mix and match Arceus' moveset and type for it to basically have you do whatever you want. And again, it's pretty well-rounded in terms of stats all around. So, yeah, guys, that is it. Finally, the dream has been realized. We have obtained Arceus by going to the Hall of Origin, using the Azure Flute in the Sinnoh region. Again, for those of you who didn't grow up with Pokemon, it may not be much of a big deal to you, even though, you know, again, this is literally God. What more do you want? But for longtime Pokemon fans, it is really satisfying that we get to finally realize this event officially without having to use cheating devices or anything like that. So, next on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, it's going to be a while before the next episode. And most of that comes down to, even though that there is one more Pokemon that we could obtain, it's not available until April 1st of 2022. So, it's going to be a little bit, guys. But do not fret, because there will be more content on my channel for you to watch. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching this series. I really appreciate all those who have been watching my series, especially my friend Israel. He's been on top of watching these videos as soon as they come out. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in our last episode whenever it comes out. Take care.